from there, and it came to pass. The rock and roll was born. Love across the land, every rock and band going up the song. And the guitar man got famous, the business man got rich, and everybody was a superstar with a spirit. Know what I want.
Riders on the storm.
And the music was good and the music was loud.
Good evening, race fans. We are here at Daytona on Ultimate Dirt TV with the Bluegrass Truck Series. We're going to take a quick moment to play tonight's national anthem.
So proudly we hailed, and it twilight's last gleam, whose bright stars and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
Alrighty, it's time to get some racing going tonight. And bear with me a little bit. I'm a little out of practice. It's been a little while since I've done this. Rolling in tonight, though, we have 30 cars on dock for tonight's race here at Daytona International Speedway for the Bluegrass Truck Series. Qualifying about to begin here in right about 1 minute's time. Currently on the top of the charts, though, for practice, we've got Michael McCooley at the top of the charts. Showing everybody in the pit that is not accurate either. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got Steve in the field tonight. We've even got something special. We've got Steve on camera tonight. Looky there, down there on your bottom right. I've got Stephen McMillian. It's a little bit laggy, but that's okay. He's frozen on a peace sign. That is all right. Get this resized just a little bit here. That's right. And Steve, you're not allowed to qualify tonight. Yeah. Alright, we'll wait our drivers to come out. Looks like first on track is going to be Alex Healy in the 97. Also joining him on track is going to be Nathan Mashcroft in the 5 from Dixon, Tennessee. Peyton Hubbard rolls out on track in the 99 from Mocksville, North Carolina. Wes Wiggin in the 88 from Rossenburg, Texas. And it's going to be Adam Newbert in the 17 machine. These drivers out on track right now. They've got one long trip around this track for their first lap. They're out lap to get up to speed. Most drivers, you'll see them take to the top side for their second, or for their first timed lap, which would be their second lap, and then back to the bottom once they've got all the speed and momentum built up in those machines. See Adam Newbert running that middle line right there, getting his truck up to speed. There's Alex. Yeah, I am streets thug motivated. Bit different. See here, I believe we have a little drone following the 97 of Alex Healy here in qualifying. I don't know who's flying that drone because they're talented. That thing's moving fast. Alright, first time on the board is going to be Nathan Mashcroft. He's going to go with a 52.39. Alex Healy's going to be about a second and a half behind. Peyton Hubbard's going to go quick time now with a 52.35. Wes Wiggin moves into second. It's going to be Hubbard, Wiggin, Mashcroft, and Healy. Their times on the board right now. Bridges on track. There goes Josh Clemens. He gets time on the board, moves into fourth quick. Now Adam Newbert in to fourth. As Mashcroft moves back in up to the tops of the charts with a 52.34. Peyton Hubbard's at second with a 52.36. I'll move Wiggin into second with a 52.35. Top three drivers right now separated by two hundredths of a second. Clemens moves back into fourth quick. Daniel Worthington also out on track in a 113 out of Rome, Pennsylvania. A pretty full house here tonight for the Truck Series. Alex Robinson going to be joining us momentarily. Nathan Mashcroft and Michael McCooley, those two drivers now tied for quick time with a 52.34. Mashcroft was slightly quicker, showing it on screen there as a 52.33. Out on track right now, we also have the 4 machine of Daniel Worthington. He's heading down the back straightaway now. He's down to the bottom of the track. You see him trying to shorten the track up as much as possible here at Daytona. Keith Hackney in the 69 rolls out of the pits. Daniel Worthington to the top of the charts with a 52.31 for the 113. Top 5 right now looks like this. Daniel Worthington leading the way. Nathan Mashkoff second. Michael McCooley third. Wes Wiggin fourth. And Alan Duranko moves into that 5th position. Driver out of Somerset, Wyoming. Still on track. Got Keith Hackney. Travis Twitty comes on the track. CJ Mason, Ed Osborne. A little neat. We can watch Keith Hackney on board while he rolls around the track. See him there on the bottom right of your screen. Right along with him here to see what kind of a lap time Keith Hackney can put down. And he's going to bring it to a stop before he crosses the start-finish line. So, going to roll back out of the pits and do it again. Travis Twitty moves into that 16th position in the 29. Ed Osborne up to 11th. Jeremiah Hobbs coming out on track now, out of Brighton, Colorado. Driving the Hoosier number 10 machine. Right now, our top 5 continues to sit like this. Daniel Worthington, Nathan Mashkoff, Michael McCooley, Alan Duranko, and Wes Wiggin. It's the top 5 right now. 2 drivers out on track. It's Jeremiah Hobbs and Keith Hackney. Josh Lockwood, Gary Jazorski, Stephen McMillian, Matt Grenier, Tyler Evans, Taylor Peacock, TJ Hanley, Nate Maurer, Brian Terry, CJ Mason, and David Brackett have yet to put a lap down. Well, these guys continue to roll around here. Take a quick look at the points going into tonight. Leading the way right now in points is driver of the 69, Keith Hackney. And his second right now, it is Robbie Richards. Third is going to be Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington, and then Alex Healy will round out the top 5 in points ahead of playoff picture. If I'm honest with you, I didn't really understand. I'm going to take another look at it here and see if I can heads or tails up here to see if I can't explain it to you guys a little bit. It's like Hackney, Richards, Worthington, White, and Abbey. Are the current top 5 in the playoff picture. Let's see where Keith Hackney qualified. Hackney qualified in 8th. Jeremiah Hobbs qualified in 13th. Qualifying coming to an end here soon. Alright, let's take a look at our qualifying results. Maybe. And here we go. And Daniel Worthington's going to go quick time for Flex Motorsports, Nathan Mashcroft, Michael McCooley, Alan Duranko, and Wes Wiggin will round out your top 5. It's time for tonight's starting grid. Starting on a pole for Flex Motorsports in 113, it's going to be Daniel Worthington. Starting in to his outside, it's the 5 machine of Nathan Mashcroft. Row number 2 on the inside from McCooley Racing in the 15, it's Michael McCooley, and to his outside, it's the 4 machine from Flex Motorsports, Alan Duranko. Row number 3, Flex Motorsports number 88, it's going to be Wes Wiggin, and his outside, Hubbard Racing number 99, Peyton Hubbard. Simbox Motorsports number 2, it's going to be Justin White to the inside of row number 4. To his outside, Team No Love, the 69, it's the points leader, Keith Hackney. Row number 5 on the inside, he hails out of Georgia, it's the 17 of Adam Newbert. To his outside, the J2R number 7 of Josh Clemens. Ed Osborne in the 42 will make up the inside of row number 6. To his outside, it's the 44 of Brad Gebhardt. And if I can remember how to do this, you have to bear with me. It's been a little while since I've done any broadcasting. Row number 7 to the inside, it's going to be the 10 machine, the Empire Motorsports, Jeremiah Hobbs. To his outside, the 48 of Robbie Richards. Row number 8, it's going to be Ron Morse Racing 76. Ron Morse Jr. To his outside, Earl Shop Flex Motorsports. The 94, Bobby Hall Jr. Outside Hustlers, Jason Bridges to the inside of row number 9. To his outside, Highside Hustlers, his teammate Travis Twitty in the 29. Alex Healy from Regulators in the 97 will make up the inside of row number 10. Highside Hustlers number 9, Akamai Proctor to his outside. Simbox Motorsports number 971, Nate Maurer to the inside of row number 11. To his outside, Team New England's 25, Matt Grenier. Gary Jaworski to the inside of row number 12. To his outside, TJ Hanley in the 08. Taylor Peacock in the 81 for row number 13. To his outside, Cornerstone Motorsports, Tyler Evans in the 77. CJ Mason, Brian Terry will be 27th and 28th. Row number 15, David Brackett, Stephen McMillian, and then Josh Lockwood will round out the field. And it is time for the green flag to drop. Pace car is off. Daniel Worthington brings us to the green. Across start finish line side by side. Good starting for both drivers. Nathan Mashcroft with the advantage out of the tri-oval, heading down in turn number 1. Good push from behind from Alan Duranko. Side by side all the way back through the field. Nobody really making a lot of changes. Not making a whole lot of moves right now. Our top 5 remains Worthington, Mashcroft, McCooley, Duranko, and Wiggin. The inside line now starting to get that push. There's a 3-car breakaway on the outside line, though. Moved around a little bit. Sitting right now, though, on the 4th on the inside is our points leader of Keith Hackney. Sitting in good positions right where he wants to be. Don't want to push too early in the race. First stage break of the night, or rather, the only stage break of the night should be coming at the end of lap number 25. So 1/3 of the way through this race, we will reach our stage break. Right now, though, leading the pack is going to be Daniel Worthington to the inside. Nathan Mashcroft leading the outside line. 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back through the field right now. '15 of Michael McCooley with a good run going for him so far here tonight. He continues to ride in that 3rd position with Daniel Worthington, or Alan Duranko rather, battling to the outside. He continues to push the 5 of Nathan Mascroft right now, though. Good run going for the 88 of Wes Wiggins as well. He's had a pretty strong season. Sits on the top 5 in points right now. Sitting in the top 5 in this race. One of the things I really like about tracks like Daytona is it's an anyone's race kind of track. You get in the right position at the right time. Anybody could win this race. 15 of Michael McCooley. A little bobble there through turns number 1 and 2. Gets it gathered up though. No harm, no foul. Side by side, nearly dead even at the start finish line, right there where they came through the triangle. Take a little bit, look a little bit further back. We've got the 97 of Alex Healy, the Thug Motivated 101 machine. Rides right now in 19th position. Good run going for Brian Terry right now. We've got a couple trucks slow at the bottom of the track. It's going to be Keith Hackney and the 44 of Brad Gebhardt. Those two drivers, I would say, probably just got their motors a little bit warm and backed down some. Allowed their engines to cool down. Hackney's got a teammate in the field tonight as well, though, the 96. I'm not entirely sure what just happened right there, but my timing and scoring just went haywire for a moment. Okay, so about looks like every time I go to the back of the field, it's going to go a little bit bonkers on us. That is okay, I think. At any rate, see right there the 96 of Stephen McMillian. Just kind of cruising right now, not really pushing. Just riding along right now in that 96 machine. We're told to have a look on board of this thing. So, look, we got Elite Performance there. And then the Tasha Special. So Tasha, if you're watching, unfortunately I don't have it open where I can see the comments. I will open that momentarily. But there you go. Stephen McMillian driving the 96K tonight. He is Keith Hackney's teammate for tonight. If I can get this camera back where it's supposed to be. So we continue to ride along for a little while with the 96K of Stephen McMillian. Get a little on board here. Stephen McMillian show his camera while he drives that number 96 around this track. Staying smooth right now. You see all through the field right there. Everybody's starting to get spread out a little bit. Get in line. Do what they gotta do. Take a look back up towards the front there. Alan Duranka still continues to lead the way in that number 5 machine. Sorry, 4 machine. Nathan Mascroft moves into second, pushing him forward. Daniel Worthington has fallen back into 4th, however. Good runs going right now for a lot of these drivers. 7 laps in the books on lap 8 as we continue down the back straightaway now into turn number 3, side by side. We're about the first 6-7 rows there, and then everybody else is now single filing it out. Full field rundown right now. We got Alan Duranko now leading the way as he gets a good push on the inside. Nathan Mashcroft takes back over. third is going to be Jeremiah Hobbs, Andy Worthington, Eric Zorski, Michael McCooley. Brian Terry has made his way all the way up into that 8th position. We saw him moments ago back with Stephen McMillian back in the 20s, and now he's up into 7th. Cooley, West Wigan, Ed Osborne, Bobby Hall Jr., TJ Hanley, Ron Morse Jr., Taylor Peacock, Jason Bridges, Alex Healy, Akamai Proctor, David Brackett, Tyler Evans, Keith Hackney, Brad Gebhart, Peyton Hubbard, Adam Newbert, Travis Twitty, Josh Lockwood, Josh Clemens, CJ Mason, Matt Grenier, Steve McMillian, and Justin White. We have here is your front pack though. Out of turn number 4, Mascroft continuing to lead the way on the outside. He'll still have the position at the stripe. He's being pushed by Jeremiah Hobbs. Good run going for the driver of that 10 machine, Jeremiah Hobbs. He's had a bit of a struggle throughout the season. Right now he's got things going very well for him as he sits inside that top 5. Right now I'm battling hard for top 3. Pushes, big push to the 5 of Nathan Mascroft. Full truck ahead of Alan Duranko now down in turn number 3. The inside line's going to start to fight back now. That outside row really needs a little extra help from Jaworski, Terry. And I did not catch who that 6th truck was there on the outside. We're really going to need that push. They're going to get moving. Not the camera we were looking for. Down the back straightaway, the front. Right about 15 trucks, still 2 by 2. On back through, that would be TJ Hanley in the 08, now the 5th truck in line on that outside. A little bit of a bobble looking 3 wide. Looked like it might have been a little bit of a heavy push from the 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs coming to that tri-oval. Could have hurt those drivers. That could have ended disastrously, but all drivers able to hold on to it. No major contact from anybody there. Stephen McMillian usually in the booth with me here. Currently running in 26th rather, I believe. I don't know. It keeps messing with stuff on me. But currently riding right now in front of Justin White. I believe that is for 27th. Let's see if this timer is done. We'll do it. Maybe. I do not think it will. Ooh. Where did Mascroft go? Mascroft. First of drivers coming down pit road. Mascroft, Newbert, Clemens, Gebhart, Evans, Twitty, all come down pit road. That's going to relinquish the lead to Alan Duranko. Jeremiah Hobbs now sits in third. Daniel Worthington into that 2nd position. Duranko, Hobbs, Worthington, all of those drivers going to bring it down pit road now. See them all making their way down the lanes right now. Several drivers coming down for the early pit stop. Piston white crooked into his pit stop, but it's not going to stop them from doing work on the trucks. Don't expect to see anybody here take tires. Forcino, Alan Duranko rolls out of the pits. He'll be in 7th. Top 5 now looks like this. Peacock, Gazorski, Osborne, Terry, Brackett is your current top 5. Peacock, Jazorski, Osborne, Terry, Morris, Healy, Mason, Grenier, McMillian, all coming down pit road this time. Getting in and back out of the pits very quickly. He's going to roll out of the pits in that 2nd position. David Brackett continues to lead the way, though, in the 38 machine. He has not yet pitted. Nope, that is not what we're looking for. All of my stuff is moved around a little bit here. Trying to find. David Brackett brings it down pit road. Taylor Peacock will take the lead. Not very long. It actually looks like Nathan Mascroft and company is going to get by him before he can make it back around himself. I could find pit strategies. Have that on screen for you. We'll eventually find it. Shows it stops. There is the pit lap. Well, I'm not sure where it's at. Looks like caution flag is out for the first time tonight. Peacock and Duranko involved in this one. We'll take a quick look here. There's a little bit of contact between those two drivers, sending them on the back straightaway out of turn number 2. Several drivers go spinning on that one. Trying to get us a good view over here. Looks like Hobbs gets into the back of the 08 of Hanley. Sends Hanley down, collects the 4 car of Duranko, the 81 of Peacock. Several drivers involved in that one. Maybe we can possibly get it back just a little bit further. Trying to see if we can get it back further. Showing the caution flag. Go here. there might have been a slight bobble out of the '08 of Hanley. Collect several drivers in that one. Small damages like that are a big thing here for the high speeds of Daytona, and for the draft, little bits of damages like that can be very, very crucial. Hopefully those drivers will be able to get their trucks repaired and get back out on track. And until that point, we'll be right back after I forgot exactly why some of my stuff is going insane. So we'll be right back momentarily. Sounds I meant to be watching my phone, but I'm bouncing around so much. I'm so glad welcome to the club. Try that one. I find you come up and say more data if I'm ready back to the every time I went to anybody and asked from you. Alrighty, we are back. We got to hear everything apparently because I forgot to mute my mic. Now, trying to determine as to where my overlays went though. I said it has been a while since I have done this, so I ask of everyone to please do bear with me. very much so out of practice. But joining me now, I have Alex Robinson in the booth. Hopefully he will make life a little bit easier on me.
I wouldn't say that one bit if I were you.
Well, it'd be okay. Shut. Woohoo! Overlays are back. There we go. Alrighty, and still back underway. Lap 24, 25, 2 laps to go. Coming out of turn number 4, there'll be 1 lap to go to the end of the stage. I do apologize, like I said, out of practice. Forgot to mute my mic while I went to commercial break to figure out what was going on. Hopefully I got it all fixed now. Jason Bridges leading the way here at Daytona International Speedway for the Ready Patch 100. Alex, final lap to the stage.
Final lap, the 34 of Jason Bridges out in front. Now Mascroft in that 5 machine, the Flow Racing paint scheme. Bottom side, it looks to be the place to be right now because the top side, not many guys are comfortable or committed at the point here. So that bottom side looks to be the place to be here in the final stage.
Yes, definitely the faster line coming to the end of the stage is going to be Jason Bridges, Nathan Mascroft, Brad Gebhardt, Tyler Evans, Ed Osborne, Josh Clemens, Travis Twitty, Akama Proctor, Ron Morse Jr., Wes Wiggin, Alex Healy. Scratch out Alex Healy, I believe, got the 10th position. Wes Wiggin is in 11th, I do believe. Okay, so drivers have moved back around. Jeremiah Hobbs is in 10th. I have no idea. We'll figure it out here momentarily. But Jason Bridges, one thing we do know, Jason Bridges will come home with the stage win. That is his first stage win of the season. Good run for him there. Well done on the pit strategy and everything to get him in position. 1 caution on the night so far for these drivers.
So can I go on a hunch and say the second stage is lap 50?
The second stage is lap 75.
Oh, only 2.
Only 2 stages. Alex Robinson has not been in the booth here on Ultimate Dirt TV for quite some time. And matter of fact, the last time that I was calling races prior to coming back to this series was with Alex Robinson. Go figure.
That was what, 2021 at some point?
Something like that. Early 2021, I believe. We're going to take a look here, see if we can get our stage winner of Jason Bridges after he comes out of the pits. Not everybody's got themselves sorted out. Our full field rundown's going to be Jason Bridges, Nathan Mascroft, Brad Gebhardt, Tyler Evans, Josh Clemens rounding out the top 5. Then it's going to be Ed Osborne, Akama Proctor, Travis Twitty, Jeremiah Hobbs, Ron Morse Jr., Wes Wiggin, Alex Healy, Keith Hackney, Matt Grenier, Bobby Hall Jr., Brian Terry, Stephen McMillian, Peyton Hubbard, Daniel Worthington, TJ Hanley, David Brackett, CJ Mason, Gary Jaworski, Robbie Richards, Nate Maurer, Justin White, Adam Newbert, Michael McCooley, Alan Duranco, Taylor Peacock, and Josh Lockwood, the only drivers to not come down pit road this time. Okay, I was going to say, my timing and scoring just showed that Stephen McMillian was first off pit road. I was a little bit confused there for a second.
But here's the funny thing, you can see pit. So for us, pit times are showing up here, and you could tell who did what. Considering, so David Brackett had said it was a 3.47 pit time, so I'm going to go on a hunch and say it was just fuel.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can go like this. Oh, it does show the pit time. Just shows pit stops. All right. I'm still getting acclimated to some of the new stuff going on with the overlays. I'm used to my basic overlays, but drivers that took tires are going to be Brad Gebhardt, Tyler Evans, Josh Clemens. Actually, quite a few drivers. That's really surprising to me. You know, I'm normally, personally, I'd run the entire race with no tires, but hey, that's just me. There's Jason Bridges. We're gonna bring Jason Bridges up here for a real quick interview. Jason,
what's going on?
finally picked up a stage win here in the Truck Series. Good run going for you so far here tonight in that number 34 machine. How's the truck doing out there?
Yeah, man, this number 34 Window Sky Tribute F-150 is moving pretty good. You know, just trying to do what I did with the last season finale, coming out with the W.
Alrighty, well, looks like you're sitting in good position going into stage 2, rolling off on the outside of the front row here. What's your game plan to the rest of this race?
You know, just see who's around me, and from the looks of it, I got some good guys around me, so not too much to worry about on that end. But you know, as you can tell by the name of my team, High Side Hustlers, you know, I don't have no problem with this high side running it. So, somewhat of a restrictor plate magician. See if I can pull something out the hat.
Alrighty, fair enough. Go ahead and give a really quick shout out as you're heading down into turn 3, coming to the coming to the green flag.
All right, let me give a shout out to my High Side Hustlers as usual, and all the sponsors in Bluegrass, our racing series.
Alrighty, well, good luck to you here in the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Alright, that was stage 1 winner Jason Bridges, restarting on the outside of Nathan Mascroft as we come back to the green. Where's the green, Alex?
So, I'm going to touch on that, actually, what you said about tires once we take the green flag here. So, pace car is off. That threw me for a curveball there. I'm used to a pace truck. Pace car is off, and green flag is out. And to touch on that thing about tires, I wouldn't take tires now. If there's a late caution and you think you're fast enough to get up front, that's when I take tires.
Well, I don't know. I lean towards not taking tires, but good start for Mascroft as he gets up to the outside in front of Jason Bridges, relinquishing the lead inside line to our current points leader, Keith Hackney. Take a look on board with Hackney here. Possibly. There we go. Take a look on board with Hackney as he drives around this track. See him down to the inside. A little bit of damage to the right rear of that number 69K. Doesn't seem to really be hurting him as he's battling right now for that third position. He's got the position right now over the 44 of Brad Gebhardt right there. Earlier we saw those two drivers fall back in the field.
I'm unimpressed that the top side's actually still running with that bottom side, because you look, there is a lot more cars on that bottom side than top side here. As
well, Alex,
looked like Mascroft just went top side there, so he's moving around here a little bit. He was at the bottom at one point, now he's up top, so I don't know what to think of this right now.
Well, Alex, it's not very often I get to do this when it comes to commentating, but I'm going to take you to school for a little bit here with asphalt racing and high draft racing like this, the outside line can run fewer cars and get stronger runs for something called side draft. The inside line do it a little bit, but not near as much. As when they go into the turns, that air pushes off of the right side of the car more, allows those guys on the outside line to get draft off the inside cars, putting more air on the rear spoiler of them, slowing them down, making the outside line appear as though they're moving quicker. So, a little tidbit of knowledge there for you, Alex. But now leading the way as we come to the stripe, it's going to be 69K of Keith Hackney. Good run going for him to get himself back up to the front. Still a lot of racing left to go. Still anyone's game. Stephen McMillian, one of our own, back there in 17th right now. Doing a good job. Moved his way forward. He was further back in the field. Some of our biggest movers here tonight, though. Our biggest mover, actually, is the 77 of Tyler Evans. Now, let me tell you what. I like the rat he's got on that thing. I like Liquid Death.
I like the flow racing one up front.
You would like flow racing. I wouldn't have nothing to do with your new job, would it?
Not. I cannot say yes nor no to those informations of. I cannot disclose any behind the scene information.
Well, all I gotta do is watch.
Yep.
Still side by side on back through the field. Let me tell you, driver that's really that I'm really liking seeing up there within the top 15 right now. That's Brian Terry. He's had a tough season this season. Sitting right now in 14th. Stephen McMillian, he's moved up into 15th. Right there beside him, you see him on the inside right there. The bright yellow 13 and the black number 96 to his inside just went off the screen there moments ago. Good run going for those drivers there, moving their way up through the field. McMillian battling now for that 13th position. Meanwhile, up front, though, we still have Hackney and Mascroft. Those drivers still battling it out. Jason Bridges still sits in that second and third position. Second row on the outside.
I'm impressed. I'm going to give Steve a shout out. Up 15 spots.
Don't jinx him, Alex. Steve,
Look.
if you wreck, it's Alex's fault.
Like normal.
First time back in the booth for a while. I got to give you a hard time.
Yo, you gave me a hard time here. I was on the road all weekend just to get thrown into asphalt racing. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Needed the help. Oh, they just threw me for a loop. On board now. I did not know that this was in this camera set. On board now with Keith Hackney. Still battling on that inside line. 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back through. Bobby Hall Jr. sitting in that 8th spot. He's got a good run going for him tonight. He's on the inside line right now. He's now the 4th truck on the inside line as Keith Hackney moves to the outside. He's going to take charge of that outside row now. It's going to allow Ed Osborne to move his way into 2nd, now battling for that lead position. One of the best runs we've seen out of Osborne, even coming out of turn number 3. The outside line's got the run down the back straightaway, though. Good push from Mashcroft to the back bumper of Keith Hackney.
And it's really fun watching Hackney in that bottom right-hand screen. And you could tell just how smooth he's driving it is why he's staying up front here. I feel like some of these guys will overdrive these cars, overcorrect these cars, and on a super speedway, you can't do either.
I actually forgot that I had his camera up, so thanks for the reminder. But, you know, somebody else that we have a camera for tonight that I think you've missed is driver who has now broken the top 10, the 96K of Stephen McMillian. We have onboard camera for him as well. Very good run going for him. Sits in 6th now in that 96K machine, battling on that outside line. Got the 10 car, Jeremiah Hobbs on his inside right there. Second truck on the outside, though. He's in a good position to work his way forward. If they can get some more help from behind. Right now he's got Bobby Hall Jr. giving him a push. See him right there moving forward already on that outside. You hear the throttle work really well from this camera angle right there. He's on and off the gas, trying to keep it steady, trying to keep a steady pace behind the truck in front. He just, you know, a lot of people, they think, you know, we're on a super speedway, it's just wide open. That is not the case. If you run wide open on a super speedway and you're behind somebody, you're going to end up running into them. The only place that works is in the lead position. Draft is massive here.
So 40 laps will be in here of 75. Steve McMillan, 23 spots. Is he the hard charger? I think he would be the hard charger right now.
He'd be the hard charger right at the moment. Thing I really want to do here. I'm gonna look. Okay, so he's just got T&L on that day. I want to see if he's got anything else going on here. No, he does not.
So Steve McMillan, 25 spots up to the top 5 here. BJ, he's making me excited now.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job here tonight. And I don't want to jinx him, but I will put this out there. The last time that I raced, I was in really good position at one point in time too. And then, well, that went haywire for me. Don't want to jinx him on that. But if he gets jinxed, I'm going to blame it on Alex Robinson for talking about how good he was doing. Alright, so I brought Jason Collins into the booth. He sent me a message, mentioned there's a really tight points battle in the top 20 right now. I'm going to let him go ahead and elaborate on that.
So right now we have from P12, well, actually, I'm sorry, P11, P10, all the way from P10 to P21, we have a points battle. Well, let's see, Gary Jaworski, 404 points, and Ron Morris is 480, right? So you can get max points of 63. The cutoff right now is Travis Twitty with 450. Travis earned 3 points at the stage. So he is 3 points to the good right now. So he's technically up into the P15 spot over Adam Newbert if you go off of positions right now. It's a really, really tight race. A lot of these guys are going to have to win to get in. It's just incredible how tight this series is all the way from 10th to 20th. You know, it's unbelievable. It's tighter than any of the other series that we have right now. So a lot of these guys are going to have to race their way up to the front and actually win to get in. Like Jason Bridges, he's on the outside looking in. CJ Mason, outside looking in. Akamai Proctor, outside looking in. Macaulay, Clemens, all those guys are on the outside, and they're trying to get in. Clemens is 10 points behind Twitty, which is the cutoff spot, right? Clemens is currently running where? Where's he at? P15.
Yes.
So
no,
he's
Clemens is
one
19th.
position. 19th. Okay, so he just dropped back a few spots, but it's really tight, like I said, man. And it's a really great series. I'm really pumped up about how tight these points are and all these guys. But yeah, man, it's looking great. Looking great.
Alrighty, thank you very much for that information. First round of pit stops for stage number 2 is underway, and Jason, I do want to apologize. Pressed a lot more buttons tonight than what I usually do. I'm usually
you're fine, man. You're fine. I've got to get back to race control though, and go and yell at the 10 for a little bit because he just ran somebody over on pit road. So have a good one, guys.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so that was Jason Collins, the as Alex called him, head honcho of the league. So big slew of cars down pit road, still some on pit road, all the way from Hackney back to McMillian, Hubbard, Evans. Bracket down pit road right now. Jason Bridges comes down pit road. Brad Gebhardt, Akamai Proctor, Josh Clemens, Robbie Richards. Those drivers now coming down pit road. Relinquishing the lead now to Alex Healy. This is where things really start to shake up. This is where things really start to move around. When all these drivers start coming down pit road, start coming back out. Looks like McMillian and the 99, that is Peyton Hubbard. Those drivers giving way to the guys with the momentum right now. It's going to be Alex Healy, Ron Morris Jr., Matt Grenier, CJ Mason. They're now coming down towards pit road. When it cycles back around, Josh Clemens, Jason Bridges, I believe, will cycle back into the race lead. Another good stop for Bridges, Alex. He did it during stage number 1. Now he's looking to do it once again for stage number 2.
And he's running very well right now. As again with your top 2, as cars still making pit stops here, he is out there in pretty much in front. As I actually expect the top 4. I don't know. No top 4 pitted, right?
Well, yes, they have. They are on the apron. They're on their way out right now. You see right there on the left side of your screen momentarily was Jason Bridges and company all back up to speed, while those drivers that are now sitting the top 3 are still not quite up to speed yet. So Bridges, Gebhardt, Proctor, Clemens, all of those drivers up to speed, ripping around this track right now, looking to take those positions back from Healy, Morris, and Grenier. Right there they are in front on the left side of your screen. And here comes the angry hornet's nest flying around the triangle, catching them like they are sitting still.
So this is going to get interesting very quickly here in the closing laps, I think, because, knock on wood, there hasn't been a big one yet, but you know how Daytona is, and if these cars get bunched back up before the end of this race, there is a big chance for a big wreck.
Yes, there is. That is the nature of Daytona, Talladega, all these tracks. That's just the nature of how these tracks go. It's nothing surprising to see a big wreck here. We had one decently sized wreck right now. See if I show this on the screen. It shows us on 2 cautions right now. One of those 2 cautions was the stage breaks. Technically, we're on 1 caution for the night, so really clean race. 48, it's going to be 49 a lap. We're on lap number 49 right now.
You know what, BJ? You know what would make my night 10 times phenomenal? Great. I would sleep happy tonight. if the big one happened with the white flag out and Steve McMillan gets through the wrecks and wins this race.
That would be wild. Right now, McMillan sits in. I lost him. Where'd he go? 28th position. He's right there in that lead pack, though. Sits one lap down. Right now, he really needs a caution to get him back on the lead lap. 26 laps to go. And you know, Alex, something we've always done. It's been kind of a tradition for you and I. Oh, never mind. That can wait. Several drivers involved in that one.
See, and the bad thing is, if you were going where I think you were going and the caution comes out, it was so fitting.
Yeah, it is kind of par for the course for you and I, isn't it?
Now, if there's a green-white checker, then we're really on par for the course this year.
In which case, I'm never calling a race with you again. We'll take a look at our instant replay here. Ooh, hard hit. Who was that? I believe that was the 20. I'm not even sure. I don't see it. 25. It looks like a 25. Let's see if I can get us a different camera angle here. Get us back a little bit more. Limp on this one. Rewind. Would be the 25. See it there to the bottom right hand corner of the screen. It's like the 7 car might have hit the wall there. Let's see if we can get that in slow motion here. See exactly what's going on. Oh no. The 5 of Mascroft gets underneath of him. See the 7 car there. Mascroft takes a look to the inside, it looks like. He comes down across the nose of Mascroft. Hooks the 25. That would be Matt Grenier. 76 of Ron Morris Jr. 25 hits the wall, comes back down across Mashcroft. That was a hard hit right there. Sent the 25 up in the air. Several drivers go spinning through the infield. It's like the 48 of Robbie Richards involved in that one as well. Several drivers down pit road. One driver that does not take to the pit lane, though, is Steve McMahon. He'd be looking to get back on the lead lap. Was sitting in real good position prior to the green flag pit stop. So, you know, he did make mention prior to this race starting that he did not like green flag pit stops. And, definitely hurt him, put him in a bad position, but he'll have a chance to get his lap back here. Hopefully for his sake, he'll be able to get it rolling and get coming back through the field. Fortunately, he's going to be looking for another caution to come out because I don't think he can make it on fuel. And to take the wave around, he's not allowed to pit.
I'm going to go on a wild hunch and have a bad feeling that Steve McMillan did a little speeding on pit road.
No, maybe. Good chance of it. Lights out on the pace car. We're allowed to back up. Jason Bridges will be leading us off when we come back to green. Keith Hackney to his outside. Brad Gebhardt and Daniel Worthington make up row number 2. And my headset is now beeping at me. That's awfully nice of it.
So what? We'll have about 20 laps to go.
We will have... Yeah, sounds about right. Green flag is back out, 20 laps to go. Good start for Jason Bridges. A little funny thing going on there on my end for a moment. I don't know how that sounded to everybody else, but for me that was very odd. I got some really weird things going on right now on my headset.
Uh-oh.
But hey, I can still hear the truck and I can still hear you, and it's not looking like it's picking any of the odd noises up on my feed, so it's okay. We're doing okay.
Well, the real question is, BJ, I really want to know where you were heading when you said it was a custom for me and you.
Oh, well, that reminds me. Let me get my headset plugged in. But let's do it on the 20 to go here. Jason Bridges still leading the way. Brad Gebhardt right behind him giving the push. Keith Hackney on the outside now trying to fight back. He's got Daniel Worthington now trying to push him forward. Really good run going so far tonight here for Jason Bridges. Ooh, big bobble out of Gebhardt in the 44. Here we come to the stripe. There you go, Alex. It is time for crank it up.
Oh, let's get it.
As the drivers cross the start-finish line once again, 19 laps to go. Jason Bridges still continuing to lead the way. Alex, we actually made it through a full lap of cranking.
Well, it's not dirt, that's why.
Did it earlier in the season, Steve and I did, and it was going well, so I figured I'd try it here with me and Alex. I apologize, I'm really shocked you can see my mouse just now on that screen. So continuing to lead the way, though, we still have Jason Bridges. Hackney still fighting on the outside. Our top 4 drivers have not changed. The lap car coming into play, though. We'll see him on the outside here in just a moment. Right up there he is. See if I can cycle one car forward to see who that is. There's Brian Terry down on the apron, so I'm going to say that's probably the 2 car. Nope. Oh, it might have been. No, it's not Matt Grenier. It is Akamai Proctor in the 9. Out there all by his lonesome. Here comes lead lap traffic, catching him very, very quickly. Along with more lap traffic. Here was the 17 on screen just for a moment. And so he's not quite in sights of Jason Bridges yet. Bridges moves to the high side, gives up the inside road to Keith Hackney. Those drivers swap positions. Hackney now leading the way down into turn number 3. Inside line getting a good push. 2 by 2 by 2 on back through the field.
Looks like everyone pitted on lap in the 50-51 range. Will they
That's
last
where I
on
wish I
fuel?
had the. That's where I wish I had the thing that Steve shows, but I don't seem to have it on this. Either that or I just can't find it. There is the lead pack, and then further back we have the second pack. That one's being led off right now by the 76 of Ron Morse Jr., followed by CJ Mason pushing him. Those drivers are all starting to get single file to try to catch up to the lead pack. I'm still looking for a thing that Steve shows. I can show pit lap. I can show this. Everybody put it on lap 51 in the second pack. The first pack. Everybody pitted on lap 51. Steve McMillian has not pitted since lap 44. He stayed on pit road for the... He stayed out for the wave run, did not come down pit road. It looks like he's on pit road now. That M beside of his little interval there, just through the field. That's going to put Steve McMillian another lap down once again. It's a really neat little thing that Steve always shows that I don't seem to have. And I say that's not fair.
Can't help you there.
Yeah, you don't even know how to work this.
No, I'm just here to talk. That's about it here. But with about 13 laps to go next time by, are they going to push it on fuel? Are they going to make it on fuel? I haven't touched Daytona in a while. I haven't touched them in trucks since, well, when was Daytona week for the trucks?
Last week.
No, the first Daytona week for the trucks. March?
Honestly,
February?
I don't know.
April? One of those months?
I'm not even sure. If I could find the thing that Steve shows, but I don't seem to have it, I could give those answers. I just don't know where it's at. But up front right now, it is the 34 of Jason Bridges. Jeremiah Hobbs on his outside. There you see Brian Terry, I believe that was, going another lap down, side by side for the front 3 rows. 3 trucks battling back on the outside row. They're doing a good job of it, getting just enough of that side draft to keep them right there in position. Jeremiah Hobbs leads that lap over Jason Bridges. Good run going for both of these drivers. Haven't heard a lot from them this season, but right now they're sitting in very good position.
There's the caution.
caution flag waves once again. Well, caution number 3 on the night. And I'm not even sure where this one's at. I got Michael McCooley off track. Looks like it started right about there, so let's do this right here once again. Ooh. Brian Terry getting passed by this group of drivers right here. And Nate Maurer dives to the inside, not knowing where Brian Terry's going to go, and everybody behind just kind of scatters. Unfortunate turn of events for some of those drivers. Not really sure why my tower just got really, really wide.
So do they pit?
Very good question. Well, we will find out here if they do. 11 laps to go on the board right now as they roll out of turn number 4. Jason Bridges still continues to lead the way. Bryce, if you're watching, no worries, no big deal. Stage points. Suck, but I tried, LOL. No worries, Jason. You should be able to see the points there. Okay. Alright, and I've got Bridges. I am so confused about what I'm looking at. Yeah, okay, I got it now. Alright, that was the standings. That one.
I'm going to go on a wild hunch that nobody took tires, everyone takes fuel because the race off pit road has begun.
Oh, 100%. One driver I'm really curious as to whether or not he stayed out this time. It looks like Stephen McMillian did stay out. This should put him back on the lead lap, I do believe. See if we can get a quick word with the driver of the 69, Stephen McMillian's teammate. Keith, you got a copy?
Oh, buddy.
How's the race going for you?
You know, we're just sitting here riding around, try to lead a little bit. I dropped to the rear early and just trying to keep my nose clean. I got tagged in a wreck just a little bit. I had a little bit of damage, but we're good. We was actually fixing to pit that lap when that caution came out, so I'm glad we didn't. I got some allies up here, and we're gonna go for the win.
Alrighty, well, good luck to you. We've got 10 laps to go right now, so good luck to you.
Thank you, man. We're gonna give it all we got.
That was Keith Hackney. Let's get a quick word with Stephen McMillian now. Steve,
Yeah,
how's that 96 treating you?
it's treating me pretty good. Kind of sped going down pit road.
I called it.
Well, you had a really good run going for you, and then you let pit road bite you. You called it before the race started. Alex called it when you ended up a lap down. You know what? I'm gonna blame Alex for giving you a commentator's curse because he said, "Look at Steve, he's doing a really good job."
I mean, yeah, it's all right. You know, we're doing a good job. We're staying out of trouble. 10 to go. It's anybody's game right now.
Absolutely, it is, and that's one of the big things about asphalt racing and super speedway racing. It is always anyone's game. But looks like the lights. All right, heading down the back straight. We're gonna let you get back at it. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
BJ, it's time to avoid the big one. I feel like I just watch this every year, no matter what truck, car, doesn't matter what series. Always at Daytona, with 10 laps to go or less, there's always a caution. They always bunch back up, and
Talladega,
always
Daytona,
makes it
both.
entertaining.
It's Talladega, Daytona, both.
And now Atlanta.
Now Atlanta. And Bryce, I am very glad that you like it. Steve and I spent many hours up one night working on that. Yeah. Jeremiah Hobbs brings us back to the green flag. Green flag is down. He's going to bring Jason Bridges right along with him. Those two drivers sit 1 and 2 now on the inside row. Peyton Hubbard in the 99, followed by Keith Hackney on the outside row. Those drivers, the front two for the outside, working their way forward right now, trying to get up there. Hackney trying to push Hubbard, get that run on the outside row. You see him come down beside of the inside row, trying to get that side draft off of him. Works a little bit there, pushes them forward. Here we come into the turn. We'll see if they're going to stick it down there close enough to keep it. Close enough to keep it side by side, but not quite close enough to take position here out of turn number 4, though. The outside line's going to have the momentum. It's pushing them forward. Hubbard has the lead at the stripe.
Here's where it gets interesting. You saw mid-pack. They're trying to change lines there. So it's going to get risky as you watch it again. Going from top to bottom, you got to be careful of who's where and where they are on this racetrack, because that is where chaos begins as everyone fighting for valid positions.
Yeah, this is where things start to get crazy as everybody starts to push just a little bit more. Everybody starts to drive a little bit harder. Jason Bridges still sitting in that second position of the inside row. He's doing a very good job tonight trying to keep it going. Got the stage win, wants to do it again. Side by side at the stripe for the lead. Hubbard had it at the stripe. Hackney's got to be hoping for a good push for Hubbard to get him forward. Possibly have him drop to that inside row and give him the lead of the outside row. He's got to figure something out if he's going to take this win like he wanted, or take a last lap move to go 3 wide. But the only thing he can be looking at, oh no, that is not what these drivers want to see. Hubbard, with a little bit of a connection problem, disappears and reappears on the front bumper of Hackney. That's going to slow that entire outside line down a little bit, but they're able to keep it going. Good job on those drivers. Jason Bridges now moves to the outside of the row. He's now going to be leading the outside row, takes the lead, coming to the triangle. Bridges has the lead once again. Can he pull it off? Caution is about to be flying. Gary Jaworski sideways, spinning through the track. 5 laps to go. Alex, this is your fault.
Guess what? You know what?
This is your fault.
You know what it looks like we're going to have?
This is your fault. I know exactly what we're going to have, and it's still your fault.
Cheers, bud. Cheers.
Jaworski, you can blame this on Alex. McCooley, you can blame it on Alex.
How long? First broadcast in how long?
So.
And it looks like we're getting ourselves a green-white checkered.
What have you done, Alex?
It's not just on iRacing. I figured it out. I have this curse in real-life racing, too.
Get a little rewind going on this one once again. I'm looking at the last caution. Let's find the right caution here. Told y'all I'm out of practice here. Working on it. We got Alan Duranko, Gary Jaworski involved in this one. See it right there. Looks like Duranko may have come up a little bit. Looks like Duranko got that apron there through the trial, what shoved him up into Jaworski as Jaworski tried to work his way around him. Oh, really, really hard hit for Duranko. I want an onboard of that one. Let's go. Go roll bar. Comes down, hits that pit road exit wall. Wasn't near as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Looked a lot more fun from the outside. See what Jaworski saw coming to that. There's the 18. He sees Duranko in front of him. Lots of damages on that number 4 machine already. Duranko down the bottom leaves a little opening. Jaworski moves to his outside. Duranko comes up, clips him. Whoa! That was very nearly a pucker up moment for Jaworski. We head back to live pictures. Jeremiah Hobbs continuing to lead the way in the number 10 machine. Jason Bridges will be to his outside on the restart unless these guys decide to come down pit road. And guess who's back up to 16th after being a lap down not once but twice. Caution's working in his favor. Now he sits in 16th. Alex?
I'm not saying nothing. Just remember, if there's a big one on the white flag and he wins this race, just remember who called it.
Me. I had to go half this race without you.
I was sitting here. You just didn't bother to check your frickin' check. I'm like, oh, okay. You got this. That's fine.
Well, I mean, if you got moved in here, I would have expected you to do like you always did before and just chirp in and scare the bejesus out of me.
See, I can't do that. We're getting older, BJ, and a heart attack is not what we need.
Did you just call me old?
Indeed, my friend.
Get out of my boot, boy. No, don't leave. Get to call a race with Alex Robinson again. We jinx drivers. We just mentioned going to crank it and we get a caution. And now we're fixing to have a green-white checker.
Wait, the lights on or the lights off?
Lights are off. It'll be 2 to green when we go green. Or 2 to the end when we go green. Yeah, that one. Don't
Green-white
judge me,
check.
boy.
Green-white checker, we're talking my kind of language here. BJ, this can end in many different ways.
It can.
I'm terrified to see.
Nah, they'll be alright. Still leading the way, though. 2 drivers having the race of the season for them. The 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs. The 34 of Jason Bridges. Bridges gets his first stage win of the season tonight. Hobbs leading the way. The first laps we've seen him lead this season. Both drivers sitting in really good position. Another driver. 2 more drivers in the second row, actually, both having very good races. But drivers we know that are hungry. Brad Gebhardt, Keith Hackney sitting in the third row. Pace car's about to be going off the track. There it goes, coming to the Geico restart zone. You see it there marked in blue. The leader can fire at any point in time when he reaches that green flag is out. Hobbs brings us to the green. Good start for Hobbs. He's got the 42 of Ed Osborne on his bumper pushing him. Hackney behind him. Osborne to the outside. He's going to squeeze his way up there. Very close. That's going to check up the outside row. It's going to hurt him. That's going to move Hackney into second. Hackney now looks to do the same on the outside row. Pushes his way up. He's now in position. 3 wide for the race lead. Hobbs, Osborne, Hackney. Osborne now falls back. 2 laps to go. Will be 1 to green, or 1 to the finish when we hit the stripe this time.
So So here it begins. You see everyone trying to move or find a way around someone. White flag is out. 3 lines just become a thing now as everyone fighting for the win. Now into the turn 1 and 2 here as, oh boy, just
That was sketchy.
it's getting sketchy now.
Hackney playing defense there that very quickly could have ended in disaster. Here comes Hobbs to the outside. Big move from Hobbs. He's got the run down the front, straight away into the triangle. 3 wide to the finish. Daniel Worthington out of nowhere has the race lead. Oh, coming out of turn 4. Hackney's going around. Hackney's wrecking. Big wreck. Hobbs around. McMillian makes it through. He's got a top 5 coming to the finish. Bobby Hall Jr. will win the race. Daniel Worthington in second. What a
It's
finish.
not a win. It's not a win. It's a top 5. I don't care. I called it. Steve McMillan gets through it on the white flag. I win again.
And to finish out the regular season, Bobby Hall Jr. comes home with a race win. Daniel Worthington second. Josh Clemens third. Robbie Richards fourth. The fireworks are flying. Still waiting on the final results to pop up, with nearly the entire field getting wrecked on the final lap through turns number 3 and 4. It's going to take a moment. There we go. Take a look at our final race results. Bobby Hall Jr. from the Earl Shop Flex Motorsports out of nowhere. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. Takes the race win. Daniel Worthington second. Josh Clemens third. Robbie Richards fourth. Stephen McMillian in the top 5 here tonight. Adam Newbert 6th, Justin White 7th, Peyton Hubbard 8th, Akamai Proctor 9th, Tyler Evans 10th.
Brett Gebhardt comes home in 11th. It's been a while, BJ. I don't know who does what anymore. David Brackey comes home in 12th. Jeremy Hobbs, CJ Mason, Keith Hackney, top 15. Nate Maurer, I'm going to go Maurer. Ron Morris Jr., Travis Twitty, Jason Bridges, Ed Osborne,
Wigan,
Wes Wigan, Alex Healy, TJ?
DJ Henley,
Hanley. Oh, God, I'm going to butcher his last name.
Gary Jazorski. You get to go through what we went through. Gary Jazorski, Matt Grenier, Alan Duranko, Brian Terry, Michael McCooley, Nathan Mashcroft, Taylor Peacock, and then Josh Lockwood rounding out the field here tonight. I'm going to see if I can't get some info from Jason on the regular season champion. I believe that's going to come out to Keith Hackney, but I'm going to make sure, see if we can't get an interview with our regular season champion as well as the top 3 from this race. Also, while I'm pulling up some info, here we go. Hey, we got it all. Oh, wait, we're both out of practice. Alright, so Keith Hackney was, in fact, the regular season champion. So we will try to get a word with him as well. So we'll start with our 3rd place finisher. Alex, I believe you've caught up with 3rd place finisher Josh Clemens.
And Josh, man, oh man, talk about an interesting finish there. Green, white, checkered, and you had to know when that comes up, it's going to be an interesting one to the checkered flag.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was. I knew I had to try to get into ninth place after the first stage, and I saw it getting pretty crazy, 3 wide all over the place. So I'm like, maybe something might happen, and sure enough, it did. And I was able to back out, and then Days of Thunder it through. But I caught Hobbs just a little bit, but I didn't kill me enough to get that third. So it feels pretty darn good.
You know, I just made fun of BJ for being old, and then you bring out a Days of Thunder reference, and it just makes everything so much better here tonight. But now, you know, you said about that craziness of 3 wide. Did you even happen to see anything that happened after you got through that wreck? Because I tell you what, I think you got lucky when you got through it because there was no clearance for anyone else because they took up that whole front straightaway.
No, I just put my head down and was like, please just get enough momentum, get enough momentum. You know, that was about it. That's that's where I could go for, you know. But it's tough for everybody else, but yeah, I'll take it though.
Well, we know you got a lot of support behind you here for tonight's race, so take some time and thank all those great people backing you.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank Jason for putting together this league. It's a pretty special league for sure. All the sponsors, thank you guys for doing the broadcast. It's been pretty fun to listen back to, and the podcast. Definitely, I suggest everybody to listen to that. That's been a nice new wrinkle to the whole season and everything like that. Yeah, thank you to my parents. Thank you to my wife. We're expecting our second child here in 2 weeks actually, 2 weeks tomorrow. So it's going to be pretty special all around.
Well, congrats on the podium. Congrats on the upcoming child. And again, congrats on that third place finish.
Hey, thank you. And nice job to the high side guys. Shout out to them. Thank you. Have a good one.
Alrighty, that was Josh Clemens. And coming home in second tonight, driver of the 113. What a move there at the end to drop the inside, take the race lead, and very nearly won the race there.
Yeah, it was exciting. Heart was pumping.
You know, you had a good start to the race. Fell back there at one point in time. You weren't way back, but you fell back to a few positions. Find yourself back up there in position to be able to make that move. Walk us through that race a little bit and what it took to get there.
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting to get the pole, qualify, P1. Then it was just really nerve-wracking running up the front of these races, and I said, we're just gonna fall back, and I just wanted to stay with the draft because I knew just one wreck could end your race. But we just stayed back for a good part of it, and I started going up through. I think it was before the 2 yellows. I started going up through, and then that last yellow, I didn't take any tires or anything, and I gained a couple positions there, and then it was just full send. I mean, Bobby, teammate behind me, he pushed me, and glad he got the win.
You definitely pulled off a good one there. Very, very exciting finish. Did you think that you were going to? Did you think that you were going to be in position there when the green, white, checkered came into play?
No. I mean, I think Bridges and all them, a couple of them. You had Ed. They're racing hard for playoffs, and I didn't want to monkey up, mess up their races or anything, and so we were just going to sit there, and they just kept beating off each other, swapping positions. So I said, screw it, let's go, and that's how we went.
Congratulations to you on that second place finish. Go ahead and thank your sponsor, shots, everybody who makes it possible.
Yeah, I got to thank Team Flex, definitely. Bobby, Wes, Alan. Alan had some trouble there, and I don't know what happened to Wes at the end. I think he had a little bit of trouble, but all in all, we have a pretty good season. Believe we're leading in points overall for the trucks, and all of us are in the playoffs. So hopefully we can move on and keep on chugging there. Got to thank Trevor for this wrap. Got to thank Wes for getting on board. Earl Shop. Got to thank Jack Daniels. Got to thank my family for watching. They're always on here supporting me. Got to thank you guys for broadcasting. Jason for putting this on, and all these guys for showing up. Every week and racing. This stuff's fun. And can't forget, I got to thank the wife. She lets me do this.
Alrighty, always got to thank the wife.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, that was Daniel Worthington. And coming home with the race win, 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. Alex, I believe you've caught up with him.
Yes, sir.
What a finish there tonight, taking home the win. And I see the hometown of Pennsylvania. So, BJ, I'm going to have my posse moment here. He represents my home state. So I'm happy now.
Oh, boy.
And talk about craziness again. Green-white checker comes out. That late lap caution. I think everyone knew something was going to happen. And, thank the lucky stars you drove off and take the checkered flag.
Yeah, I mean, that was some good racing right there. That last restart, I was like, I think I was 9th. I'm like, well, I think I can get a top 5 out of it. And looked like the leader went to block the upper lane, and there was just enough room to wiggle through. And all I could see is spoiler in front of me. And I told Dan, I was like, I'm not lifting. And once we got by the leaders, I noticed the 08 looked like he got loose and came up, and I seen carnage. And I'm like, do I push him or do I try to pass him? I was like, nothing to lose. So I went to the outside, and looks like I just got him by half a fender.
And now, it's always a great feeling to win at Daytona. Longer race, pit stops become an issue, as we saw a few guys didn't think about taking gas, and then, those last few cautions helped them out with that. What was the pit strategy throughout the night for you?
I tried to count backwards on how many laps we could do per laps. Of course, you never know when a caution throws in, a monkey in a wrench. But I only took one set of tires at stage break and took nothing after that. I blew through my pits the one pit stop, which made me lose spots, and I just caught cautions at the right time to stay up in the front.
And we know you got a lot of great support backing that machine, so take some time and thank him here for supporting the win tonight.
Yeah, first off, Earl Shop for being part of the crew, Flex Motorsports, Hall Racing, Team Flex, as Dan mentioned, Alan West and Dan and I. Mr. Collins for putting on this series. There's been a few races where it's been stressful, but hey, it's how it is, in real life or on here. Thank you guys for broadcasting. And I'm ready to drink some invisible beers with the team.
Well, that is your winner here tonight of Bobby Hall Jr.
And coming home tonight with the points championship, Keith Hackney. Top 16 in points, Robbie Richards, Daniel Worthington, Wes Wiggin, Bobby Hall Jr., your top 5. Justin White, Alex Healy, David Brackett, Alan Duranco, Ron Morris Jr., your top 10. Ed Osborne, TJ Hanley, Adam Newbert, Nathan Mascroft, Josh Clemens, Brian Terry, rounding out your 16 playoff drivers going into, not next week's, we're off next week, but the week after next. And we have caught up with our points champion, Keith Hackney. Keith, it's been a long season. You managed to pull it off. Looked like he's going to have a race win, then got the better of you there at the end.
Yeah, we put ourselves in a good position right there at the end. Just the luck of the draw, man. That's plate racing for you. I didn't have nothing to lose. I know a lot of people did, and I wasn't trying to, take anyone else out or whatnot like that. And I knew coming out of two on that last lap, I knew that I think what was at the 10 he was going to go high, and I went to sort of take his line away, and it's like everybody just split, and I lost the draft. I just lost a ton of speed, and I couldn't get back to the bottom to block Daniel and them, and I was like, well, I guess we'll just ride in the middle. And I was still gonna try to finish right there, either podium or whatnot, or right there at the top 5, and went down in turn 3 and 4. We 3 wide, and I got I went back and watched the replay. There's nobody to blame. It's just one of those glitches per se, and we'll take it. Super speedways, plate racing is my kryptonite. I'm a good plate racer, but it's just I never can finish the damn race here. But I'm glad that I don't think we have any of those in the playoffs. We might. I don't think so. Maybe Talladega. I don't know. We're going back to some tracks where it's going to take some driving, and I'm super pumped about that. Since we're off next week, I don't have to worry about practicing as much at New Hampshire. But I guarantee you we're going to be on the money. I'm focusing everything on this. As far as my dirt leagues I'll be running, I'm just going to give that to them. I'm going to help them test and tune a little bit for that. But my main focus is these trucks. And, there's a lot of money on the line. And I'm super, super proud to be here. Today was my dad's birthday. Rest his soul. I was really wanting to get a win for him. But I'm sure he would have been proud either way. So I just want to say happy birthday to him. And I just can't wait to start these playoffs. That's all I can say.
All right, I think you pretty much covered everything in a nutshell right there. But, go ahead and I think the one thing you didn't cover was your shout outs, sponsors, everybody who helped make it possible for you to come home with the series championship. Go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, man. I just gotta thank Team No Love. Just awesome support system and elite performance also. Just as far as my personal team and elite, man, is just amazing people. We push each other every race, no matter what we run. We push each other to be the best we can be. Tonight, I want to give a shout out to Peyton. He was racing with me tonight, and Steven also, even though he's old and can't race, but he still managed to pull out a top 5 after all that carnage. And I think it's because he had my old lady's name on his car or truck. So that was his good luck charm. Maybe next week I'll have it on mine. Other than that, man, I gotta thank Jason for putting this on. Custom Cabinets by Keith, Race Page Pro, Dominator Designs, NH Lens, Keith Hackney Racing. Y'all for doing a hell of a broadcast. Just everybody that puts in work and makes this thing happen week in and week out. It's been a great season. There's been a lot of ups and downs for a lot of people. A lot of just words across the board from a lot of different people, but man, that right there was a hell of a race to bring it down to to get in the playoffs. And I mean, I will speak on a lot of people of this league or drivers that I'm proud of everybody, and congratulations to all 16 that made it in the playoffs. And let's go put on a show for the next couple weeks. And I gotta thank Tasha too. So give a shout out to her and her daughter Tato. And yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Hey, don't want to sleep on the couch tonight. Make sure you give her a shout out.
Yeah, gotta do that.
Alrighty, and that was Keith Hackney, our regular season champion. Congrats again on that.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Alrighty, and I believe that will wrap up the race tonight, wrap up our broadcast. I'm Will Duvall, alongside me, Alex Robinson. So thank you everybody for joining. It was fun. It was kind of nice to be back in a producer seat. It was definitely a change. But I remember now why I didn't announce and produce at the same time. But thank you everybody for joining. We will see you all tomorrow night. I believe Steve will be back in the producer's chair tomorrow night. I am not entirely sure. With that, we'll see you all later. Have a wonderful night.